Come on, and I am equally. Swing and a miss. Hashtag hit out or get out.
Hashtag come on India.
It's a 6.
Today, Twitter is the social soundtrack to daily life around the world. From getting real-time updates on news, events and traffic, connecting with others, to expressing views on every imaginable topic. Twitter itself has evolved from a platform to send SMS on internet to becoming the most influential tool to connect and spread information for everyone, including governments, corporations, and even media companies, changing the way we communicate and changing our world in the process. All this in a span of less than a decade, which makes me wonder the world of Twitter will be like in the years ahead.
Of course, the history of Twitter is relatively young. I mean,
yes.
Not even a decade. And yet, from one tweet to 500 million tweets.
That's right.
From one user to, I don't know.
Yeah, hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions, and, your plan to rule the world with, 7 billion of Twitter users. But as a CEO of, obviously, vision and a strategy, this is something that you are most concerned about. 10 years from now, or maybe not even 10 years, 5 years from now, how do you see the role of Twitter? How will it impact? What kind of new things?
Sure. I think that when I look at the brief history of the mobile internet, and it's been very, very brief, and it's exploded obviously globally, what we've seen is a speed of communication has been something that mobile internet users have embraced around the world. What are the applications that allow me to communicate something to as many people as quickly as possible? That will continue to be the case. And we have a really strong belief that native mobile video, capturing video on your phone, even capturing live video on your phone, and being able to turn around and broadcast that video or that moment that you're watching to your friends or the world is incredibly important. And so that launch that we had today of native mobile video capture and tweeting is going to be just the very first step in what I think will be a wave of video capture and communication and live video communication over the course of the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Are you very open as a CEO? I mean,
yes.
You mentioned you're accessible, or
yes.
Do people go, ooh?
No, I think as you when we were getting set up here, in fact, one of the employees came up and took a selfie with me. I think one of the things that you'd see from walking around in the halls with me is people feel like they can come up and talk to me, which I think is super important. Look, I think that as a leader of a company, your view from the top is very distorted. And you have people constantly telling you what you want to hear instead of the truth. And so it's very important to figure out what's the way I'm going to be able to most easily get at the truth. How am I going to be able to find out the truth and then have discussions with the team about what we should do about that. And so it's important to me to be able to show to the team here that anyone can come up and tell me what they think. And they can criticize what they think about a decision, and they're not going to get yelled at for that or punished for that or be told they're wrong. I'm not going to ignore them. And that's been great for the culture because it makes sure that we're always trying to get at the truth and that everyone's telling me the truth. And I think that's just incredibly important to the health of a company.
Say, Dick, if I were one of your employees and I, tweet, my boss is not very nice, would I get told off? I mean,
no, I think
what's this tweet? I mean,
yeah.
Because tweeting is very much about that, just complete instant, putting out there whatever is uppermost. I mean, you have almost 3,000 employees here.
No, they all like me.
Have you had incidents like who tweeted that? And
I think, look, there are always going to be things that, because I want to have a culture that's very open and people can say what they think, there are always going to be instances of someone tweeting something and me thinking like, wow, I can't believe they said that, or I can't believe they think that. I think that's good because it means that people feel like they can make comments. I mean, obviously I don't want them saying things that are not yet public or features we haven't announced, and those are things that I expect them not to do and insist that they not do to protect the work that their colleagues are doing. But opinions about me or the rest of the team or so forth, we have those discussions, I hope, openly and within the company and with each other, and I try to be as open as possible to those. And I think part of that is also, you know, admitting when you're wrong and admitting when you made mistakes, and so that they can see, okay, Dick doesn't think he's infallible. I can have a conversation about something I don't agree with him, and I think that's good.
Do you use Twitter a lot? Do you tweet every day?
I have days when I tweet a ton. I have days when I mostly do @replies and conversations with lots of other people, and then I have days when as the product team will tell you, I'm taking screenshots of small, minor bugs or annoyances I found and on the platform and sending those to the team. So I'm on Twitter all the time. I spend a lot of it listening and looking for issues and finding issues and so forth. But I also there will be times when I have lots of public conversations and days when I go without saying anything publicly at all.
Okay. Who do you follow?
I follow hundreds of accounts. And I change the accounts I follow with some frequency. Some of my favorite accounts to follow are the U.S. comedians. I follow a lot of American comedians. I think they've always been particularly great on the platform. I follow a lot of chefs, a lot of some of the famous chefs like Mario Batali and Michael Mina and some of these U.S. Famous United States chefs. And then I follow a lot of sports writers. I'm a big sports fan, so a lot of the U.S. sports writers, I tend to think they tend to be very good on the platform and very funny and opinionated on the platform, and I follow them.
Have you ever tweeted what you had for breakfast or lunch or something?
I think I used to a long time ago. Again, if you think about the evolution of the platform, I used to tweet years ago what I'm doing right now, and now I tend to tweet more thoughts and ideas, and here's what I think about something, or here's something we're doing on Twitter that I think is important.
Most of us know Twitter as an application on our mobile devices, and Twitter and tweeting these days have become very much part of our daily lives, something that we do almost unconsciously. I need to tweet this and I need to update my status. So it's actually interesting for me to know more about the company and the people and the team who run it, and also to find out that beneath all that fun and game, there's actually a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, as well as a lot of creativity and innovation that go into it. And that's all for this episode. Don't forget to join me in our next episode of Face to Face with Desi Anwar, bringing you the world. Okay, Dick, while we're here, let's do a selfie.
Yes, excellent.
That way I can
Hi, this is Dick Costolo, CEO of Twitter.
Hi, and I'm Desi Anwar. He's a friend of Dick Costolo.
And we're doing a selfie video in front of the Oscar selfie painting of the Oscar selfie tweet. It's very recursive.
Okay.